circuit on the simulator and on the back of a truck. So you are the most experienced person for the actual circuit. We're about to go around on a truck right now. Go and get a big round of applause for that intro. Chocito!
Gracias! Thank you everyone! But I have COTA here. I have driven several cars from GT cars, prototypes, touring cars, a little bit of everything. And it's a super fun track to drive. It have uphills, downhills, heavy braking zone, fast corners, slow corners, a little bit of everything. And it's quite a venue. 5.5 kilometers, 3.3 miles. Usually we don't have this bump in the track, but it's a very, very exciting track to drive here in the Circuit of the Americas.
Yeah, lots of incline, lots of elevation. It's always such a fun circuit when it's going not just on the flat, it's up and down. Drivers like having a roller coaster feeling, and this is like a roller coaster. What's that?
Up and down.
Oh, up and down, so like a roller coaster. Well, maybe if you later on in Pete's Piano Bar, I'll ask for that. But we're going up towards turn 1 here, 133 feet from the start-finish line to turn 1, and over the course of the whole lap, you'll get the second most elevation change on the F1 calendar, just behind Spa-Francorchamps, the legendary Spa-Francorchamps.
Yeah, it's super steep here, and honestly, to drive it the first time, you go on the brakes very late, and you're way too soon on the brakes because gravity is stopping the car together with the brakes. So you can really dive very, very deep inside of the brakes. And if you think on the race start, they are starting from 0 kilometers per hour on the middle of the straight, that means they can brake almost at the apex. That gives us always very exciting starting of the races. Sometimes very optimistic, like when Josh Russell hit a bit of the grid in front of him.
This is a very, very unique photo opportunity you've got here behind you guys. The Circuit of the Americas at dusk. It's an incredible place to have a motor race, isn't it? What a scenic view we've got here. But the F1 guys are not going to be looking at the view behind them. They're going to be looking right at apex there, like you said. They've got better brakes because they're going uphill. They've got better turning because they're going uphill. And they're going to have worse traction because they're then coming out of the corner downhill. And the car's going to be washing away from them down the hill as well. So it's the opposite way round as you come downhill. You get less grip. The car wants to move around more.
Yeah, you need to think in 3D. Where is the track going? Up the hill means more weight on the rear tires. Down the hill, it's more weight on the front, it's more weight also give you grip. So then the car will move differently, handle different. Then you need to adapt both the differential, the brake balance through the steering wheel. So it's not only driving, it's also playing the game with the steering wheel.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only do you have to feel the incline and gradient like we were saying, you've also got to adapt the car a lot around this circuit because there's lots of different parts to this circuit. It's not one formula to get around this circuit, one formula to get around this circuit. There's lots of different kind of sections that you require different things from the car. This is a very, very high speed section here, modelled off of Maggotts, Beckett's and Schaffel back in Silverstone. So this is the part of the circuit I know best because I've done loads of laps at Silverstone. On the way in to 2, 3, 4 corners into this, I feel right at home. And past that, I completely lose the plot.
It's corner after corner here. You have no straights, but when you drive it, you need to just invent some straights between right and left, just to go on the brakes tiny bit, to kill a little bit of the speed for the next corner, and be able to go through it. So it makes it super tricky. You don't want to break a turn when you're going on such a high speed because you will lose the car. It's incredible to see the speed that they handle these corners over here. Yes, but now we go to a tricky corner of the camber that we need to position the car as good as possible. The truck always tries to push us out, but we need to keep it on the left to position the car because we always need to think ahead of the driver.
Yeah, absolutely. You're thinking 2, 3 corners ahead, especially in a section like that. You basically line up this corner 5 corners ago, and how you take those corners. And you're always, like we said, fighting the gradient, closing the incline around here. That's going to try and pull the car left, right, forward, and backwards across the circuit, and you want to try and make the car do what you want it to do, and not the other way around. Now, as we come over the top here, you get your Top Gun Charles Leclerc moment. If you look behind you, you've got this fantastic view, and if you remember Charles Leclerc coming over this little rise here with the sunset in the background, the Texan flag, the tower as well. What an iconic image of the Circuit of the Americas.
I mean, it's epic, it's beautiful, the looks of it, as we're going down the hill. Easy left, I will call it this one, the third longest straight of the track, because this is not really a corner, you can go flat out easily, and you can position your car to do an overtake in the next corner. Very time left, the longest straight of the track.
Yeah, the second hairpin on the circuit here, and I don't know if you've noticed, guys, but on the hairpins, on the inside of the hairpin on the entry, it opens up. The circuit kind of goes away and opens out the entry of the circuit. It gets wider as you approach the apex, so it encourages you to try and have a lunge, encourages the car behind to try and go for the overtake and have and attack the car in front. But whether you want to do that at this corner, when you've got a very, very long straight afterwards, with a very valuable DRS zone coming up as well, is up to you.
It's very difficult to decide if you overtake before or after the corner. It depends also on the pace you have versus the other car, and depends how many cars are around you, because there is a lot of fight midfield. The teams are so tight together that we have seen this season several fights between 2, 3, 4, 5 cars at a time. So you need to think ahead as you're coming to the longest straight of the circuit, that in reality it's not a straight. You will see when we're getting to the end, just look backwards, you will see how it's bending. And now we will have the scenario for the concert very soon on the right side, as we're coming to the DRS area.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to the concert. Are you? I want to see, yeah, it's the Killers tomorrow, isn't it? And then Queen on Saturday. That sounds exciting. Very, very exciting. Green Day last year as well. That was great too. It's sort of representative of Austin as a city, isn't it? It's a very vibrant, exciting city with lots going on all the time, loads of music as well, and it's a real festival atmosphere here at the Circuit of the Americas, with all the people camping out, all the fans down here, the huge stage with huge acts playing as well over the weekend, and the people in the RVs on the right hand side here to do so.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see all the people gathering. It's not only a race, it's a festival here in Austin, Texas. Formula One returned here several years ago. This was the first race. This year we have 3 races in the US, together with Miami and Vegas coming up. But this is like the only one that it's a circuit, a permanent circuit, like more and normal, let's see, Formula One European circuit. As we can see the barbecues and
we've got 3 race fans who've been waiting a very long time for a Mercedes and McLaren race win now. They're going to have to wait a little longer, I feel, this year, because my God, Red Bull domination is real. Ferrari though got a win in Singapore, which is great to see. So the spirit of the party for them. These guys are getting louder and louder every time we come past.
That's fantastic. Midnight is going to be a proper party. As we're coming now closer, I mean, we need a little bit more runoff to go to the, I mean, it's very long straight. Look behind, you can see how it's not straight. We have elevation changes, we have a little bit of a bend, but you can keep it flat out as soon as you don't have your future teammate going in front of you.
Yeah.
Alonso was flying last year.
Alonso did go airborne, didn't he, because of his now current partner, teammate, propping him up in the air, being a little bit aggressive on the defence there. But we're coming into the third hairpin on the circuit, and a very, very good overtaking opportunity. If you didn't get the chance to overtake them on the DRS, if you came from exactly 1 second from behind, I guess, you get this fantastic lunge into this corner here, and again opens out on the inside of the corner, allows you to try and have that lunge. It drops downhill though, so you've got to make sure you can keep it tucked in on the exit, because it will wash out otherwise, and you can run the risk of running into the car you're trying to overtake.
Yeah, it's super complicated, and if the car in front tries to cover the inside line, you can attack it from the outside. As soon as you call the position, then you have the right on the next corner. It's a right-hander, and then you can gain the position over there.
We've got Leclerc and Sainz leading at the moment from Bottas,
and we have a new driver,
and we've got a new driver, Lovenfrost, who's actually in Formula One Academy, so she's doing very, very well in her very first F1 race, in 4th position. ahead of
Mick
Hamilton's
Schumacher
race.
is P10.
Mick Schumacher's back. Wow, that's amazing. Well, that's MSC, isn't it? It's Michael Schumacher. It's MSC actually. Mick Schumacher, yeah, that's all right. Yeah, it's a
Piastri just overtaken.
Piastri just overtook Michael Schumacher for 10th place. Incredible. What incredible scenes here in the Circuit of Americas. Got lost for a second. Okay, we're coming back to the circuit. I got excited. I'm getting ahead of myself with the commentary. This is probably the most technical part of the circuit, Chizito.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very tight corner, followed by a really quick corner. You're only going this right-hander is position the car in the best way possible. Because now you come in a very fast left, you can go easy flat out. But then you need to go on the brakes while turning for the left-hander. This is the most tricky braking of all the track. You will see some cars blocking the tires here. You can win or lose a lot of time here on the braking because you turn and you go on the brakes for the slowest corner of the whole track. This left-hander also can be an overtaking opportunity, but way higher risk.
You got to kind of elbow your way past, don't you? This one, you got to get really bargy with this corner if you want to overtake. But yeah, you're braking and turning, and also the circuit again is banked, so it drops away on the inside to unload that inside, that front left corner tyre, excuse me. So it makes it really easy to stop and lock, as we say, lock up, it can really affect your whole race if you do that too many times or too much in one go. You can create a flat spot, which is quite literally a flat part of the tyre, and you're just going to keep finding it every time you go to brake from there on. It's like finding, it just finds it every single time. It's the bit where it creates the most grip, but it also just kind of wears through the tyre more.
And then with a flat spot, you generate, well, you lose grip and you generate so much vibrations that it's not good for you as a driver and for the car. But now we need to, now we need to look at the tower. Such an iconic part of the track. Beautiful tower with the American color. So iconic section. We're going around, the track, 80 degrees, 3 corners.
Absolutely, I like looking at it from down here, to be honest with you, so because I like terra firma rather than being up there. I don't like heights.
If you have a chance, go up there.
If you have a shot, I have been up there and I came very quickly down afterwards. I said I'd put it up, so I've done that. But I'm never going back up there again. But it's a fantastic view from back there for sure. But we're going to the second to last corner today. So now a really quick entry corner. You've got to barrel loads of speed through, but it's you've got to be really careful here, don't you?
Yeah, if you try the simulators, you will see that it looks very tight corner, but it's really quick. It really tells you to go fast, but you go a tiny bit faster, you're completely off the track. And remember, track limits was an issue last race in Qatar, or also in Austria. So here will be a big issue, and we have 2 qualifyings coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 qualifying, so one for the sprint and one for the main race as well. So tomorrow we've got a practice and straight into Grand Prix qualifying. But if you've watched like the NASCAR or the IndyCar here, they just ignore track limits. They go right out to the gravel almost. But they can't do that in the Formula 1. They are very, very strict on track limits, especially this year. If you drop more than 2 wheels off that circuit, you are deemed out of the bounds. In my eyes, that's fair. You know, we don't play soccer, football with outside the white lines. You don't play tennis outside the white lines. You don't play any sport outside the bounds of where you're meant to play it. So if you're off the circuit, you're off the circuit.
And the rule is the same for everyone. So yeah, you can go off the track with the car as soon as a little piece of the tire is touching the white line, you're in. As a little piece of the ball is touching the white line, it's in. So it's the same thing, same rule, and same problem here on the last corner. But here you don't have much space to play with it. Then you have a gravel trap and the wall coming closer and closer to you. And remember, you're going very high speeds, most of the lap above 100 miles per hour.
So I just got a bit excited because I saw a jet dryer on the back of that truck. It's not something we have in Europe. Is a pickup truck like that with a jet to dry the circuit and clear the circuit. It was the first time I saw one when they came over with Champ Car to Brands Hatch in Kent, and it was raining and they stuck this truck out with a jet dryer and everyone's going, what the hell is going on? It's raining all the time in the UK. You're going to just be out in 5 minutes, 5 minutes later, so not much point there, but it's really cool, isn't it? I quite like it. They're quite fun. We're coming down the main.
It rains so much that you wouldn't have the fuel.
Yeah, you guys need to point it up at the sky, clear the clouds. But we're coming down the pit lane here, pit straight. Who's going to be stood on the top of that podium? So you've got 2 chances at this one.
Okay, Max Verstappen first. Second and third, I leave it to you.
Oh, okay. Max Verstappen for the sprint. I'm going to say Lando Norris.